Hey there, thank you for listening to the Red State Update podcast. On this one here, once again, we'll be talking about what an utter stupid dumbass the president is, except this time, he's in Japan. And hey, guess what? Mueller come up to the microphone and said some things.
Also, the president hates boats. It reminded him of his enemies. And plus, Roy Moore, Mitch McConnell, tornadoes, and other horrible disasters.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home Red State Update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, everybody. My name's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap. Welcome to the Red State Update podcast. The news, Jackie, is dire. It's depressing.
And a lot of it.
So much of it.
We got a lot to get to this week. There's a lot of stupid, dumb, excuse my language, dumbass things happened in quick succession this week.
There's also cruelty and meanness.
Well, I hate to dwell upon that, but you kind of have to. Yeah, we can't. You'd be able to enjoy the dumbass parts if it weren't for the people who are suffering and dying in basically prison camps around the border and whatnot, and other places too.
Just sometimes unexplainably idiotic until you remember the meanness and the cruelty.
Yes.
Listen, folks, this is life in 2019.
I guess we got to get used to it, because every day we see more and more just out of our damn minds, like, how the hell, this is not, no, this is what it is now. This is what America, this is what America is, it's what America represents, whether you got a say in it or not, they in control, that's what it is. Women, punishing women across the damn country, punishing anybody with that ain't got white skin. I mean, it's awful, that's just what it is.
Let's just pick on transgender people just because, let's
Why?
hit them from
Why the hell?
40 different angles all at once. Let's really make their lives miserable.
Well,
they got it easy.
It's awful. That all started bathroom talk a while back because they couldn't get gay people anymore because Supreme Court let
now
gay
they
people
can get gay people.
Yeah, no, they're going back on that.
And trans people.
That's right. They just
and women. Really, I don't even think we talked enough about how hard they're hitting women. Too.
It's hard to talk about.
Just across the board, every kind of woman. White women, trying to put them back under the boot.
Yep.
Now, imagine if you're a black woman. What if you're an immigrant woman? What about, can you just really doubling down on it?
Yep.
How can we make life worse for people?
Well, as soon as they get right now, people are hanging on to the health care at least, but that's
they're going to yank care of that.
That's gone.
Well, John McCain, he ruined that, right?
Yeah,
that's what Trump says. Blame it on
still made it John
McCain. This is a comedy podcast.
Is it?
I don't know. Remember, this is how things are in 2019, folks. We said that up top. If you come here for some Hee Haw stuff, just remember that if Hee Haw were going on right now in 2019, it'd be the same stuff. Kenny Price would have to come out there and talk about kids in cages.
Yeah.
Gordy Tapp and Grandpa Jones would be in the middle of some sort of joke, and they just stop and stare off in the middle space, contemplating where everything went wrong in their beloved country. Or hell, maybe they'd be on board with it.
It's hard to say. Some of now I wouldn't think all of Hee Haw, but some of them questionable. Yeah.
Archie Campbell might be saying, well, Jesus has got a right to control what goes on in a woman's womb. Yeah. And the men were put here. I don't know what he would say. He might not say that. He might be pro-choice. Archie Campbell and Junior Samples might have had many a conversation where they talked about a woman's right to choose.
We shouldn't put words in the mouth. What you're saying, we don't know.
Just
don't know how they felt.
All I'm saying is, if you think that 2019 is a place where you can just escape into buffoonish backwoods caricature comedy, You can if you go to a Trump rally.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're screwed.
Not much to offer, yeah. Either way, we hope you all had a nice Memorial Day
No,
weekend.
wait, Jackie, no.
Huh?
And listen to this. If you were watching Hee Haw in 2019 and everybody on Hee Haw were Trumpies, which, let's be honest, that more than likely that would be the case. Maybe not Gaylord Sartain. But I don't know. And if they were not on there feeling remorseful about the kids their country is throwing into cages or the war on everybody who ain't a white rich man, then they'd be scaring everybody who was watching their show. Well, you know they're coming for you, don't you? That's what they'd say. Hey, Buck, yeah, Roy, they're coming for you. Who is? Armies of them are amassing on the border. They're already here, Roy. They're in the schools. They're in the bathrooms, Roy. People dropping their fiddle bows. Shit. Yeah, you wouldn't see, you think, oh, well, maybe if we just are Trumpy people watching Trumpy TV. But see, no, you don't get to escape that way either. Because the only way they keep that going is by keeping you scared. Who's in the bathroom? Who's on the border? Who's in the schools? Who's teaching your kids that God loves abortion? Who? Them. They're out there.
Let's not put 1960s, 70s Hee Haw in this mess. Yes, we can hypothesize about all that, and you're probably right. But thank God in heaven we were able to enjoy Hee Haw the way it was. Charlotte, we can't entertain anybody in that way.
Nostalgia's a trap, Jackie.
Well, don't start that. Just I ain't saying put on Hee Haw to forget all your troubles, even though God knows I wish I could do that occasionally.
That's your privilege talking.
Well, I know. Yeah, tell me twice.
But yeah, I hope you did have a good Memorial Day and had a barbecue or something. Just filled your time with some meaningless busy work and some empty carbs. Saving your energy for the long battle ahead.
Well, the President of the United States, I can't really tell what he enjoys and doesn't enjoy.
He enjoys coming out into the yard and yelling about his perceived enemies, just like a lot of people I've lived next door to.
He is no different than that somebody that watches Fox all day and just comes out screaming at their neighbors, except he's just surrounded by the damn press when he comes out of the White House. Yeah,
but he is somebody who watches Fox News all day, and he does come out and scream at his neighbors who are different. The press.
I understand that, but the regular man does that. Well, he got a voice now. He got a voice. He don't have to do it. The president's doing it for him. The president's like coming out and screaming.
Ultimate Yankee, rich New York, money grubbing. How did he, the ultimate Yankee, win over the hearts of everyday Americans? And it ain't when he seems presidential. You know how people always say, today he become president.
No.
He can seem real presidential today. Those are not the points people like. People hate that.
People
honestly.
Giving up on that. Nobody says that anymore. That stopped about, 2-3 months into his
because
term.
it wasn't getting no play. Like
nobody cared about that. No, they want him screaming and hollering, throwing a fit. That's what I know. What they like. I don't understand why people like this and aren't embarrassed by it for the country, but no, they love it.
If my Uncle Randy was screaming out in the yard about John McCain, I'd be embarrassed. And there'd be about 4 or 5 people, maybe if a couple trucks drove by.
Trying to put him back in the house. You try to either get him back in the house or somebody's going to come by and knock the hell out of him. One of those two things is going to happen. This president, he just does it. Nobody does anything.
It's on TV and nobody's embarrassed. They're proud. People are proud.
Clapping.
Look at him yelling out there about John McCain. That's hilarious. Worldwide. Uncle Randy staggers out drunk, 10 people tops see or hear him. I mean, it'll get around town. You know how people talk.
Well, yeah, but ain't like this.
It ain't like this. Nobody be proud of that. Ashamed. Remember shame?
What is it?
Whatever happened to good old-fashioned American shame?
It's nothing to be it. No, that's gone. I'm ashamed every day. I remember it. I'm ashamed every day I see that man represents running my country into the ground. Overseas right now, we could start. There's a million things we can talk about, like you said, terrible, awful things. But this thing covering up the damn aircraft carrier.
So apparently, when Trump was it when he was in Japan?
He was in Japan, let alone siding with a ruthless dictator in North Korea over a former vice president, dumb or not, Joe Biden. You don't. Besides all that,
Dumb or not,
yes,
you don't make fun.
You don't make fun of somebody when you're over. Yeah, especially you can make fun of them, but you don't join in when somebody else is making fun of them. And they happen to be, a dictator that, used to represent everything that this country wasn't. But that ain't the case no more.
Now, buddies.
Yeah. Love letters and on and on and on. Either way, aside from all that, that's enough to be embarrassed by, but they don't even get close to getting to where we need. They're covering up John McCain's name. Cover it up. And now, I don't understand this at all. Because, he come out and said, oh, well, it wasn't my idea, but it was a good idea, and I appreciate them doing it. That very well could be true. Either way, it's pathetic and sad and pitiful.
He's talking about it like he's staying at somebody's house and they give him an extra towel.
Yeah.
Like, I just use the one that's in the bathroom. Like, no, I'll get you a clean one. You ain't got to do that. They didn't have to cover up his USS John McCain.
But I appreciate it. Yeah.
I appreciate it. It's the thought that counts, right?
Who in the damn military? And I know more than a few military men that served this great nation when it was great. And when you serve on an aircraft carrier, you serve on a submarine, whatever, you wear that hat till the day you die. You meet people at the airport. You meet people at the park all the time. What unit were you in? I served on this boat. I served on that. On and on and on and on. Now, all these young Navy people can't go anywhere. They weren't allowed to come here and talk, which, first of all, you lucked out there, sailors. That's one thing you're glad to be on John McCain about, so you didn't have to do that.
It's like they showed up to a school assembly wearing like a wasp T-shirt or like something satanic or with a naked woman on it. Like, just like, I got this metal band and it's like half the shirt is pussy.
What?
And the other half is pentagrams, which would be a good shirt.
All right.
Like, well, turn that shirt inside out. See, at least then the coach would make you turn that shirt inside out, and you still get to come to the assembly.
They weren't allowed to get anywhere near it from what I
understand. They didn't even get to turn their hats inside out.
What man in his right mind who serves in our military? I guess it's chain of command, nothing you do, but I'm sure there's some admiral in the night, like, he wants me to do what? I'm not going to, all of those men, let's face it, some of them may be Trump supporters. I'm sure some of them are. And I guess if you are, you're permanently shamed. Where'd you serve? What'd you serve on? What craft did you? Well, I don't know, What? Those men ought to be proud of where they serve. They should be. You should be proud. You should be proud to wear your naval hat for the rest of your life, your cap, and let people know that you served and where you served and how you did it. That you should be proud of that. And these boys here are told to cover it up. You're not welcome. You're not. I mean, let's face it. If you don't want to hear the president, you don't have to go. But for these men serving our damn country, you're not allowed to go listen to the president. What the hell's wrong with them? Well, obviously, there's people in the military who didn't take kindly to it because they went straight to the damn newspaper and told them, which they should have. Somebody needs to know this shit. Excuse my language.
Trump comes out, oh, I didn't I didn't need for them to do that. That was nice. I didn't need him for him to do. It's just a boat. It's not like John McCain. It's not like his face is on the boat. It's not like Thomas the Tank Engine boat. Like the boat didn't get captured. I like boats that don't get captured.
Do you think it wasn't even like to benefit him? Because here's just a theory now. They all said, well, shit, if he sees that, cover that up because he'll start cussing John McCain. That's the last thing we need him to do while he's over in Japan. Is it that? Not to make him happy?
Very well could be.
It could have just been that. Oh, God, he start that mess again. But, of course, you just made it worse by doing this because now you get to cuss him twice as much. And not to mention, what you did to these young sailors, these young men serving our nation, how they were treated. Pitiful.
At least it wasn't the USS Jeff Flake, which just shows up in the Gulf and sighs disappointedly, then stares out the window.
And goes away.
Counting the days.
Sails on.
Sledgehammer-looking motherfucker.
Hey, watch him out now.
Hey, Jackie, though, we did get to hear Mueller.
Well, yeah, he pretty much come out. Look, I done told you what you need to know. It's in the damn thing. Here it is. I'm too old for this shit. Excuse my language. Here, I got to go. See you later. I mean, that's what was. I don't know. If he gets called on to testify, he got to testify. Sorry. I know he don't want to, and I don't blame the man for not wanting to. Who the hell wants to sit in front of any of those people? Somebody going to eat a bucket of chicken, Democrats, and then Republicans are,
Yeah, Democrat or
Jim
Republican.
Jordan screaming at you. Yeah, it's both sides awful on that.
It doesn't really matter. It's going to be a bad look. And poor Mueller got to sit there and be like, I wrote 400 damn pages.
What did I miss? What did you miss? Well, it's right there. He should just, all he should do, listen, Mueller, if you listen to this, if anything, any question you're asked, the only answer you have to give is page 236. That's it. Just page numbers. Just do that, at least. Then the idiot to ask the question has to read the page out loud. You don't have to do nothing. Third paragraph.
Why was he doing this, Jack? Why did he come out and give his statement now, do you think?
I don't know. He should have done it. As soon as a Mueller report come in, they should have went up and just got it over with. Can you imagine had he said this before, what's his name, before piece of paper, Bill Barr's paper? I guess that's chain of command. Did Bill Barr just tell him you can't say nothing? Maybe he wanted to. Hell, I don't know. We don't know. We won't know until, if we're lucky enough to live through whatever, and the press still exists and publishing, and, people are allowed to print books, the negative books on the president, the dictator, whatever it is. We'll get to read about it. But we don't know. We don't know right now. I don't know. I'm guessing Barr said, oh, I got this. Thank you anyway. Appreciate it. Good work.
Maybe Mueller just thinks that do you think after he gave his statement, he was like, was that too on the nose? Was that too? Does he think that he's being too obvious? Like, this is America. Like, he needs to spell it out. Like, he's very by the book. Like he wrote a book and he's by it. Like, 400 pages is a book.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's like, this Russia shit's pretty bad. But he doesn't say, well, I would remind people. Just say, fuck, man.
Well, some people don't talk like that. And he's one of them. He's saying it the best way he knows how. He wrote it down. You can read over it slower and slower until it sinks in if you want. But that's just the kind of, you look back on his history, he's always been this kind of person. That's just what he is.
We can't say that the president did not commit a crime. Even that's weird. Like, he probably did it, is what he should have said. I think he did it, is what he should have said.
He got it on. That'd be one of the answers when he's on in front of Congress. Did the president commit a crime? Page,
You can't answer with pages in America. That's how you answer things that you don't want people to know the answer to.
Yep, you're right about that. Yep.
You got to say, yes, he did it. I hope he burns in hell.
Over and over again. Well, not here.
Over and over again. You got to say it. You gotta tell a story, man. Watch some Golden Girls.
Listen.
Picture it, Sicily. Now picture it. The fucking Russian meeting, and Trump's there. Give me all that shit. Like, just we threw a bunch of Russians in jail. Hint, hint. Wink.
All of whom were connected in some form or fashion with the Trump campaign.
I just don't want to beat a dead horse here. Like, I just think we're really,
and we ain't doing nothing about it.
No. Aside from the fact that he's telling Congress that
Every
the
American
Constitution compels them to do their job, he's saying that Russia's on the attack. But even that, come on. I mean, he's gotta show a little spunk. He's gotta, like, act it a little. Like, this next part scares the shit out of me. Something like that. That's how you get through to people.
Well, he ain't the type of
What
fella.
the
It should scare everybody what he's saying. He did, in his way, he said that it should concern all Americans. But, we ain't going to do nothing about it. The Republicans are in power. Now we ain't going to have just Russia infiltrating the election. Now you're going to add on. Think about all the countries that want to keep Trump in office. You got Saudi Arabia. Lord knows what they can do. Lord knows what North Korea do. They shut down. Remember, North Korea shut down the whole movie studio one time. When he didn't like a movie, they made about him. So they're going to have a lot of help. There's a lot of people that is in their favor to keep this man in foreign countries. We know there's a lot of people here that think it's in his favor. Yeah, getting rid of abortion, on and on and on. Yes, we know that. But I'm talking about foreign hostile, governments, countries.
Just keep a thumb on the scales.
And Mitch McConnell won't even let, security, cybersecurity, all that stuff. He won't even let any of that legislation get to the Senate floor. We ain't going to vote on none of that.
Why would you?
Well, I know he wants Russia to keep happening. Well, Obama went to him when they said, look, I don't know what to do about this, but Russia, he said, well, if you come out and say anything about it, I'm going to tell everybody you being part. I mean, I know he don't care.
Hell out of here, because he doesn't care.
He don't give a damn.
He does care. He cares about his side of winning.
Hey, he got a lot better chance of winning if we don't do anything at all in preparation for, Russia.
They are winning.
I know they've been winning.
They're winning there. Jackie, they are going to overturn Roe versus Wade.
Yep.
All these judges, all these governors, and all these states pushing through all this bullshit, they won. They're laying the groundwork. This is the only way our old friends in the Republican Party could lay the groundwork for future victories. Is some redistricting and some...
To hell with dignity, to hell with shame.
No.
To hell with, patriotism even. All of it out the window.
You overturn Roe versus Wade, you get all the Roe versus Wadeies out there voting for Trump with as much passion and conviction as every sane-minded person who wants to get rid of Trump so the country can be on the side of democracy and justice once more.
Well, you hope anyway. We'll see.
So, Mitch McConnell knows what he's doing. He's really the big bad in all this. As bad as Trump is and his White House full of idiotic goons, as bad as they all are, they are really just Lex Luthor and Ned Beatty, and Mitch McConnell is Zod. Just a worse Zod. Imagine him in that suit flying around.
No.
Going, kneel before Zod. Kneel before Zod. Just terrible. So anyway, speaking of stupid people, Jackie, did you hear that the Department of Energy is calling natural gas freedom gas? Molecules of freedom. Jackie, this is what happens when our old buddy, what's his name, from Texas, heads the Department of Energy?
He forgot there was a Department of Energy, and now I'm forgetting his name.
Now he's...
Well, he's done good. That's a good job. He's the only one in the Trump administration where you can't remember his name because he's kept quiet. He's hidden between the cracks. He's about the only one.
Rick Perry.
Rick Perry still got his job.
He was once the stupidest person in America.
Well,
it's idiocracy. He is Luke Wilson in Idiocracy. He went to sleep, and he woke up, and everybody in the White House was dumber than him, and he's like the smartest person in the Trump administration now. So when but he's unused to that role and much more comfortable being a dumb guy.
Yeah.
So when he gets a chance to do something really stupid to remind you that he exists, he takes his swing, and he takes a big swing. He's a baseball player, right? Or a guy hit in the head or something.
Something like that, yeah.
So when he gets a chance to say something like freedom gas, he's going to jump on it. Yeah, freedom gas. So it really is a miracle how many morons and cretins, suck-ups, and sons of bitches he found to staff his White House. That's why they can't fill any more roles. It's not that there's not competent people. They don't want competent people.
No.
They don't want qualified candidates. They want more idiots, more cruel kiss asses, more deluded saviors, wannabe saviors of the country roll in. More bars, whatever his deal is. More people who think they're so smart they can fight all that stupid. You can't fight. That's too much stupid to fight from the inside. You got to attack it from the outside.
Anybody that tried to, they gone, long gone. They left a long time ago.
The only person who might be able to out-Trump Trump is Roy Moore.
Yeah.
He wants to run. He's running in Alabama again, right? Is he declared, or is he just making noise about it?
I think he make noise about it. And I don't know if he officially declared it or not, but Trump, baby Trump, told him not to, and then Trump said, I got nothing against. Made it real clear.
Yeah, I like this man.
I like him a lot. He's worthy. He should. If it were up to me, he'd be, yes, but.
I think Roy Moore is the next president of the United States of America.
That's probably what we got to look forward to.
Think about it. The people who like Trump, how do you out-Trump Trump? You attack Trump for not being Trumpy enough. You sold us out, Trump. The swamp got in you. I'm Roy Moore. I'm worse than Trump, and I'll say it to his face. I thought you were bad, man. Would it be worse than Trump, or could it be worse?
Right now, at least there's a few things where it's trying to be worse, and we're barely hanging on, but we'll see how that's going next week.
At least Roy Moore follows the 10 Commandments. I mean,
Except,
there's no commandment about picking up 13-year-old girls at the mall, is there? There might be. I'm not familiar with them, honestly.
All right.
Listen, Jackie, speaking of Mitch McConnell and what a fuck he is.
All right, don't say it like that, but
Come on, satire. They said, would you fill a Supreme Court seat if it comes open in 2020? He said, oh, yeah. I mean, that's why they're winning. That's right. There's no pretending to be fair or
no.
Like two-sided. Like he's in it to win it, and he's winning it. And Joe Biden and a lot of people still nurse this fantasy that there is some sort of compromise or some sort of reaching across the aisle, but I think
I don't know how you do that.
All our old
Mitch
friends in the
McConnell,
Republican Party have gone over 100% to the side of Trump, or at least to the side of Mitch McConnell, or I don't know which one of those is worse. It's all the same now. I mean, who's not that? Who's not that? That one guy, Mash,
yeah. I was trying to figure him out. I guess he's one of them libertarian. I mean,
I've read that he's libertarian-ish, and people say he may run as a libertarian for president.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's just like saying, well, what a pointless. It's like, I've got dreams. Like, it doesn't mean anything's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like running as a Democrat in Tennessee.
He's the only one. It's the only Republican that said one thing. I mean,
he's laid out a pretty good case.
He's saying, he's just reading the damn Mueller report out loud.
More than Pelosi.
Yeah.
More than Pelosi.
Yeah. I'll say that. Yeah, he is.
Nothing against her. I know she's trying something out.
What other Republican? Oh, Mitt Romney, when it first came out. Well, I tell you what, I'm really disturbed. Ooh, I read this, and I don't know. It took him, a week before he... it's okay. It's not as bad as I thought it was.
Roy Moore. Now, if Trump dropped out and Roy Moore got on the ticket, I'd like to see Roy Moore run against Trump as president. I mean, I wouldn't.
No.
There's like 10% of me that would find that enjoyable, but the rest is it's terrible. It's just terrible. It's like the worst.
That's
WWE
even
match.
happening. That's in the real world.
It could happen.
I know it could.
Listen, Roy Moore becomes president, all these motherfuckers stay on board. None of them jump off his ship. But see, because this is the ship. There's no other ships. There's no water. There's nothing to jump into. It's like an Escher. You jump off the ship and it's a ship again. They're all going in the same direction. They're pulling for the same thing. They're getting what they wanted this entire time. Racism.
Why would you get off? Yeah.
Sexism. Everything that they've been fighting for is coming true. They're getting it because of the Trump. The census, Jackie. Look at the census. They were rigging it. They were rigging the census.
Court papers come. Now, is this going to make a difference what the Supreme Court ain't decided on?
Nothing makes a difference.
I know it don't make a difference. It's going to come out that we know. We already knew what they were doing, but now there's a piece of paper in court proceedings saying.
But see, that doesn't matter anymore.
Of course it don't.
Because we know what they're doing the entire time. It did take me a while. I think I was still thinking there were a bunch of Republicans who didn't like Trump, and maybe they'd turn, maybe the polls would go down, maybe some of these people would turn on. And no, that's not.
No,
I was wrong about that.
Don't get ready for that. No.
So there was a Republican gerrymanderer. I read that in some news report, and this kind of Republican, let's rig the voting districts. Here's how we're gonna fix them. This was that kind of guy. Here's how we're going to fix them Democrats. He died. His daughter, his estranged daughter, got on his computer, figured out his password. Like, oh, it's my birthday, the one nice thing. And she found, all these documents where they were saying, yeah, it's politically motivated. We're going to ask people about citizenship because it's going to help. It's going to help the Republicans in the election.
Yeah.
But it's not going to matter now that we know, because we knew it already. I guess that's what's happened. All this stuff we knew. All this racist shit. All the sexist shit. There's all this stuff that Trump just comes out and says, and then he lies about saying it.
And then turns around and says it again.
And then he says it again. It doesn't matter. So you just say it. So, think all these revelations have come out. We find stuff out about Trump all the time. Nobody gives this shit.
There's no reason
what's it matter
for us to be outraged. I know it. Nothing matters. I want
things
to matter. Them. I know it.
Look what they were doing to help us win. Yay.
I don't like sounding like CNN over and over again. Trust me. It's at least but reporters finding this stuff out, tell it. Look, we said it all along. Well, yeah, we knew. We all knew. But, yeah. Don't nobody give a damn. That's not true. Some people do, but nothing we can do about it, I guess.
Hey, but at least we got this beautiful spring weather out there. No! It's deadly tornadoes and floods. But hey, what are you going to do about Mother Nature, huh? There's nothing we can do about that.
Hopefully they get some disaster relief here for too long. I doubt it. It don't look like Republicans are going to... 3 of them ain't going to, Pitiful. No excuse for it.
You can throw some of that freedom gas in the air. But other than that, Jackie, what's been going on?
Huh?
Hey, Jackie, maybe we should do a Hee Haw thing. We should go out on a Hee Haw thing to make people.
Oh, yeah.
Just some kind of simple,
all right.
redneck hillbilly, kind of an old-fashioned joke.
Let's see.
Because we're just going out on what? The environment's trying to kill us.
Well, the environment's the smartest thing in the bunch so far. I mean, you know.
Let's see. It'd been funny if one of them sumo wrestlers come up with a USS John McCain hat on. Okay, let's do it. We're standing in front of that fence. Okay,
all right.
Here's the scene. We're standing in front of the fence.
Right. Well, which one's going to get hit by it?
You are.
What I got to get hit? I don't mind. That's a plank you take to the rear in honor. So that's fine. Yeah, let it hit me in the butt. But what do we say beforehand?
Okay. Hey, Jackie.
Yeah.
Did you hear the one about the man? He lived in. What happened was he got so tired.
Ow! Got me in the rear end right there. I had to make it. You know, I had to. You didn't really, but you know that's how you do. I wish I had like some board I could smack on something.
Well, hold on.
All right.
What's this over here? This 2x4.
All right.
Okay, come here.
No, don't. I ain't gonna let
come
you.
Here.
No, I ain't gonna let you hit me.
You said to do it.
I was gonna hit the ground or something. I wasn't
get
gonna
over
actually,
here.
No.
Come here.
I ain't getting over there.
I'll knock the hell out of you.
Put that down.
I'm gonna knock the hell out of you.
Put that damn board down. Hey there. Hope you're still listening after we talk about all that awful stuff. We got to keep our head. We got to do what we can. And I tell you now, it's time for us to do what we can with our local sponsors. That's right. We got to do local Murfreesboro sponsors that help us keep the computers working and the electricity and the internets and on and on and on helps us do that. We also have a Patreon page. Which,
Patreon.
Huh?
Patreon?
Yeah, one of those. And we appreciate anybody that goes over there. Now, that doesn't just help us here on this one. It also takes care of Redneck Matinee, which we got some new ones of those coming up here pretty soon. There's a poll going on. I hope y'all participated in. That's our regular listeners. But Redneck Matinee, where we talk about our favorite films, you know, Southern cinema at its finest. That's what we enjoy talking about on that one. And it also, if you give $5 a month, you're going to get an extra podcast. There's 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap. That's for both of us. Right here, you get 20 more minutes of us if that's what you want.
At least.
Yeah. I suppose if you want to give us $5, you don't have to listen to that. It's not required. You can just listen to this one.
There's no requirement.
No. If you pay $5 a month and don't want to listen to it,
walk away.
Don't. You know, hell, if you won't give us $5 a month, you ain't got to listen to this one. We still have to do them.
You can give us $5 a month and send us an email every day saying, "You stupid motherfucker."
Hey, I don't know about that. I don't have to read it as long as you read it. Yeah.
Slap a shit out of you.
All right, enough.
You call this podcasting, you ignorant SOBs? Ooh, the sound of your voice drives me insane. Enclosed, please find $5. That's fine.
Enclosed
in this monthly recurring charge.
Oh, I see. I didn't know how it worked.
Of $5 from Patreon.
That's how it works on there.
Hey, listen, last time on 20 extra minutes, we went for 53 minutes.
You got your extra. I guess technically we wouldn't have to do one, but we're still going to do one anyway. We do one every week. But, you know, that's on us. That's not, here we're going to give you extra, you know.
And listen, some people may hear 53 minutes and say, that is a burden.
Don't listen to all of it or any of it, like I said.
I can't listen to... You know, Jackie, I noticed, let's do a little housekeeping. I noticed on our Patreon page that our next goal, if we reach a certain dollar amount, and you can go over to our Patreon page and look at all the numbers. We had our first goal was if we got to $375, we'd start doing Redneck Matinee.
Right.
$350. But we lowered that price because we wanted to do Redneck Matinee.
I think we even asked for more than that, but we kept going down. But anyhow,
We kept going down and down, and we just started doing
we
it.
We said
anyway.
we were going to do it. We still didn't probably get to what we went down
That's
to. That's
what service means to us.
Yeah.
But the next thing is like we reach some ungodly amount, we'd do 2 Red State updates a week. I don't know if anybody wants that. There's a lot of fucking podcasts.
All right.
Like you can't listen to all the ones that are even good, let alone all those dumb ones. So I don't know that people want a twice weekly Jackie and Dunlap.
Well, what's another goal? Just do one every 2 weeks. The more money people give us, how's it work? I don't understand.
Yeah, but maybe if they give us more money, we do less podcasts. Maybe that's the incentive.
We just want to do what the right way. So someone explain to us, and we'll figure it out.
How about we film? I set up a camera.
Yeah.
And when we reach a certain dollar amount, I take his 2x4 and I just knock the holy hell out of you.
Nope. We ain't gonna do that. Nobody give him money to hit me with nothing. No, that's nothing to I'm gonna do my sponsor now. You have to turn it into that. I'm sitting there trying to thank all the supporters, which I do thank you, each and every one of all of our pageants. We couldn't do this without you. But I'm gonna do my sponsor now. We couldn't do it without them either. And I tell you what, I got a good sponsor. This is maybe for some of the older folks like myself. I guess I could be a spokesman for older folks these days. I've managed to live this long. I guess that's what you earn. It's what you get.
Is this going to be for erectile dysfunction?
No, shut your mouth.
Nobody wants to hear that.
No, I don't want to hear it. You crazy as hell.
The Supreme Court is going to take contraception away from women. And you sitting there saying, oh, I need to get a chubbier dick. Nobody wants that.
Shut your mouth. I didn't say any of that.
It's a health crisis in this country.
No one would ever hear me say anything even closer resembling what the hell you talking about. No, sir.
You sitting in a bathtub looking at the sunset, Miss Brawls next to you.
Shut your mouth right now. I'm going to come over here. You'll get hit by a 2x4. You keep that up. Shut your mouth.
And you going, this pill here, it's a good one.
All right. Enough. I got a good sponsor. Nothing filth like that. None of that. I wouldn't do it if they give me. I don't care how much money you give me. I ain't going to do something like that. You can get all the money, all you want to badges on. You ain't going to be talking about that. What's in the Bible?
It's in the Bible. That's sex.
I know that, but not taking pills for this or that. No, You accept what nature's doing to you.
What do you think manna from heaven is?
What?
Manna from heaven.
It ain't drugs.
When I went to drug church, they said this is probably psychedelics.
I don't care what drug church says. I don't give a damn what drug church says. And neither does the people I'm trying to reach out to at the moment. Some of the elder listeners are close to getting. If you ain't there yet, hopefully you will get there. I guess if you want to. I don't know. Sometimes I don't think any of this is worth it. But so be it. Here I am. And this is something that's really, hopefully this is a product that you will never, ever have to use. Let me say that right off the bat. But you never, better safe than sorry, I always say. Now, we know if, God forbid, you have to go to the hospital, we know there's plenty of sheets and blankets and things of that nature waiting for you at the hospital. It's going to be there because you're going to need them. If you, like I said, God forbid, but if you had to stay at the hospital, they're going to set you up. You're going to, they're going to have pillows, whatnot. They ain't necessarily going to be comfortable, but they got you covered. Well, tell you what, when that ambulance comes to pick you up, what's going to take care of you from there to there? And especially if you get hurt, like say here in Tennessee, because they're shutting down hospitals left and right here, you're going to be on the road for a while in an ambulance till you get to that hospital. And you don't want to be cold in there, so this is what you're going to need is the ambulance blanket. Like I said, hopefully you never have to use it, but I'm telling you, people up in age, we get cold a little quicker than some of the younger folks do. And you want to be in the back of that ice cold ambulance, just running, barreling, going fast, swerving this way and that, the wind coming. I just know you going to need a good warm blanket, and you're going to need an ambulance blanket. So you have it, just have it on hand. Like I said, hope you never have to use it, but good Lord, if you do, you'll be glad you got one. Ambulance blanket.
No.
Huh?
I'm ashamed of you.
I'm ashamed of you. Shut your mouth. I don't care what.
You, as you said, are an elderly person.
I know, yeah.
Old as Methuselah.
Why is that? Why you ashamed of that?
Creaking and waddling around, wheezing and gasping and popping.
All right. What the hell what's that got to do with you being ashamed? You don't ain't ashamed for somebody that's wisdom you ashamed of right there.
Well, you a traitor to wisdom. You turn in on all your wisdom, wise compatriots, old as hell out there, scared.
I mean, scared.
Just like every other commercial on a show that old people like. What are all them, stereotypical shows that old people watch? Like Friends,
Fine.
Seinfeld, all these old senior citizen shows where the commercials are all about scaring old people. Oh, Lord, you're going to fall and you can't get up. Your dick ain't chubby enough.
All right, shut your mouth about that. I didn't say anything like that. None of those things.
There's people breaking in your window right now to rob you with a crowbar. The purge has started. Jackie, I cannot believe that you are just another huckster trying to steal the Social Security money from America's elderly and infirm.
No.
Jackie, I can see it now. All these old people scared to get in an ambulance when they fall and break their hip or get confused, dizzy, swimmy-headed, need to go to the hospital. A well-meaning relative calls 911, an ambulance shows up, and they say, there's no way I'm getting in there. I'll freeze to death. And that drafty old ambulance. I heard Jackie Brawls on a podcast say ambulances are too cold for humans.
Well, it could be.
If only I'd give him my hard-earned Social Security money and got me one of them ambulance blankets, I wouldn't bleed to death here on the bathroom floor.
Well.
Ambulance shows up, sirens wailing, they're locking the door. Don't let that cold-ass ambulance get anywhere near me. Freeze to death.
If you got
pneumonia.
Your ambulance blanket, you ain't got to worry about any of that mess you're talking about.
Standing outside, fall down, going to get the mail. Ambulance pulls up. No, get away from me, you cold-ass motherfucker.
Hey, watch your mouth.
I ain't got no ambulance blanket on me. No way I'm crawling inside your frigid innards.
Just shut your mouth.
You won't have me.
Shut your mouth.
And then they stay out there as the ambulance drives away. That's when the thieves set upon them.
All right, just
and steal their purses and wallets and beat them.
You're just running your mouth now. Just shut up. Just shut up.
Paper-like skin. Popping open with every blow.
Just shut up.
Jackie, I am surprised at you.
Well, I ain't surprised at you. You typical run your mouth, same as you.
Plus, how the hell? Okay, let's say even if you do you got to keep a blanket on you at all times. Where are they going to carry this? Is it like another $50 for a blanket pouch?
When you get up in age, you don't ever leave the house hardly anyway. So you just got it there. It's right there beside you, chair, couch, wherever. It's right there. Or in the bathroom. Maybe you need more than one ambulance blanket. Maybe you should. Now that you say that, maybe you should have one in the bathroom. Maybe you should have an ambulance blanket in each and every room in the event that that's a room that you fall down and bust your tailbone in.
Don't you think that you could just say, hey, I'm cold in an ambulance, and they'll be like, oh, let me get you a blanket?
Well, you would hope that, yeah.
You are capitalizing on fear, like Fox News or the Republicans, Jackie. You're like Trump. Here they come.
I ain't like Trump. No, shut your mouth. Don't bring up Trump.
Oh, it's Mexicans and ambulances
what?
you got to worry about.
I didn't say a word about that. Shut your mouth.
Ambulances are amassing on the southern border. They're on their way up to freeze your ass off.
Just shut your mouth.
Oh, you need that medical care so bad, you old son of a bitch, but no way you'll make it to the hospital before frostbite sets in and you lose whatever remaining toes you got.
All right.
Shameful.
Just shut your mouth.
So that is Chubby Dick.
Shut up. Ambulance blanket. Just shut up. If you got a sponsor, do one. I don't want to hear any more in your mouth. Enough of it.
Well, Jackie, actually, I've got a sponsor that I think you're really going to like.
No, I don't like any of them hardly, but...
You remember last week, I believe, when I talked about skunk sickles?
Oh, hell, what?
Dottie Hart made them skunk sickles. She took all her expertise in syrups and tastes and textures and scents from working in Jamba Juices and candle stores, and she figured out how to make probably the best tasting popsicle for these global warming, climate changing, hot ass times. Yeah, who needs an ambulance blanket when the world is on fire?
I said it's in the back of the ambulance. It ain't outside.
This popsicle tastes so good. The flavor's hard to describe. It's almost like grape. You need it to cool your tongue down because it's so damn hot. And also, it tastes so almost like grape. So hard to describe. So impossible to forget. It smells like shit. It's skunk sickles. It tastes like a skunk.
Why don't I just get a regular sickle, a popsicle, and one that most of them don't really have a smell anyway, and that tastes real good.
Yeah, it tastes real good, but does it taste amazing?
Why not just get grape? Why not just get a grape popsicle and not have to suffer through the horrible smell? That doesn't make any sense to me.
If she could fix the smell, it doesn't taste as good. If it tastes
almost like grape, then just get grape and don't worry about it stinking up everywhere around you.
It smells bad. And when you walk into that skunk sickle store, you're going to say two things. You're going to go, shoo, and you're going to go, because this is the best tasting skunk sickle you ever had.
All right, shut your mouth. It don't make any damn bit of sense to me.
There's a line out the door.
Dumbass sponsor go on to line out the door.
Here's the problem. She got to move. She cannot be, you know where she was, like off the square, but in that residential neighborhood that they gentrified.
Yeah.
And she had that one, like the hipster shop, skunk sickle, another hipster shop.
Yeah.
Well, she can't stay there because the gentrifiers are like, you stinking up the joint. It smells too bad. Everybody, she brought the gentrifiers and the people being run out of their own neighborhood together because they're all like, no.
Well, that makes sense. If something's smelling that bad, I'd sign whatever petition I had to sign to get that stink to go.
Well, that's what brings people together is when you have a common enemy.
Yeah.
So the line was out the door, and people are just noisy, waiting. Oh, I can't wait to get my skunk sickle, just loud. Like, people go, shoo, and people go, it's too loud. And then the smell, the skunk smell, it was like a skunk just sprayed everybody with whatever.
Why would...
stink hole.
Why would you wait and suffer? You're going to suffer through that. It's going to be a lot longer if you're waiting in line than the reward of just eating a popsicle. That don't make a damn bit of sense.
They offer clothes.
Go to Kroger and get you a box of great popsicles. Good Lord.
They offer scented handkerchiefs for your nose.
Scented.
Oh, and the other thing was...
That shouldn't be necessary. That's the point. I just make great popsicles.
You're living in the past, Jackie. This is how things are now. Let's address how things are now. Wow. Nostalgia is a trap.
Wow.
Also, actual skunks were showing up because she had all that skunk feed because people were showing up to skunk sickles looking for popsicles to feed skunks because they got mixed up by the sign.
As stupid it is to say this, that actually makes more sense than what you're talking about. And that's stupid.
So she had bags of feed to sell to people, skunk feed, who were looking to feed skunks to keep them happy so they didn't spray. Point being, she has no physical storefront right now. The Skunk Sickles is closed. she does have an online presence. So you can order skunk sickles. And she'll bring them to you in like a Kroger ice cream bag.
I'm going to get on the computer and ask for someone to come over and stink up my house.
You're right. It's not the same. You want to stand in line. You want to hear it coming out.
No, I don't want to do any of that.
Well, thank God. And I believe you know Wyatt Grubwheel.
I know Wyatt Grubwheel at Horse Street. He does.
Famous Murfreesboro cowboy artist.
Yeah. He does the horses as celebrity by themselves. Like, you name a celebrity, he'll do a horse up.
That looks like that celebrity.
Tom Cruise. If Tom Cruise was a horse
version of Tom Cruise.
Which, that's funny. That's good.
Or he'll do a horse that he would imagine you having if you had a horse.
Yeah. And he can put a horse in any picture of you that you got, which people love pictures of themselves these days on computers. So, send them to Wyatt, and he can add a horse. He can either paint it or use computers, however you want it done, to any picture that you got horse. That's my sponsor last week, not this week, but But I know Wyatt Grubwheel. What the hell's he got to do with any of
Well,
this?
he said, he's got that horse stritz over there at the damn. He's intimidating. He's scary. He spits out that long, hard stream of tobacco juice in that can. Always scared me as a kid. He did at the fair when he'd be doing caricatures. He'd be like, "I rode a horse here," and then I'd see him put all his stuff in the hatchback. You remember from last week? Well, he parks that hatchback over there in Cowboy Canyon. Where all of Murfreesboro's cowboys live.
Well, most of them getting up in age now, but there's a lot of them. There's a few youngins, but
ornery cusses and cantankerous old coots, grizzled, leathery. Cowboys over there in Cowboy Canyon.
It's still technically Murfreesboro, but people say that it's on the outskirts of Murfreesboro, which it is, but it's still just Cowboy Canyon.
It's just a neighborhood. It ain't even a canyon.
Well, it's technically still, part of Murfreesboro, but people call it, Cowboy Canyon. That's what people refer to it as, yeah.
Well, he said, I got this Horse Stritz storefront over here, and I just ain't getting the foot traffic because people don't come out to Cowboy Canyon as much as they used to.
Yeah.
Too many grizzled old cusses. So kids just ain't into that cowboy shit like they used to be, but I know they like your skunk sickles. So why don't we do horse stritz and skunk sickles, and I'll do the horse stritz. And I reckon he pushed his hat up off his eyes. The sun caught it bounced off the haze. Anyway, he said, just come over here and do it. And she said, all right. Well, guess what? The Cowboy Commission said, no way.
Well, that makes sense.
They said, draw, you sucker. We almost had it's not a gunfight because they don't really have guns.
No.
But they want to throw, gravel at each other. Whatever. A bunch of cantankerous old cusses are mad and cantankerous at each other, and now Wyatt Grubwheel, they're about to kick Wyatt Grubwheel out of Cowboy Canyon.
Well,
just because he wanted to let skunk sickles come in.
When you get up in age, you got enough problems as it is without everything stinking all the damn time. So I don't blame him.
When you get up in age, everything does stink all the damn time.
No.
You can try to put as much damn Old Spice or whatever the hell.
Just shut your mouth.
So, for now, I would say TBD. They're trying to work something out. But the damn old Cowboy Canyon.
Well, I'll wait on bated breath for that. Like I'm really concerned how that turns out. I don't really give a damn. It less stink in the town for me. I ain't been near it because I don't like things that stink. First off, let me say I got what you call a sensitive nose. I don't want to be around stuff that just.
What if they taste good?
It don't make any sense to me how something could taste good and stink at the same time. That don't make sense to me.
Well, I think you may be surprised, and I think this may be the breakthrough that everybody in Cowboy Canyon is looking for.
I ain't going to be surprised when something stinks because I ain't going to be around. The last thing I'm going to do when something stinks real bad is put it in my mouth.
Well, I've heard that before. And Dottie is working on a damn saddle sickle.
All right. What?
A saddle sickle. A cowboy-scented popsicle.
Cowboy scented.
She said, okay, what if I could make something that smells like all of you elderly cowpokes, but even worse? And they said, maybe. We'd have to taste it. So she said, okay, give me a week. And she said, I'm going to need some samples.
Enough of
I'm going to need some saddle samples from you.
All right.
I need, what's the seat of your pants smell like?
I don't want to hear. What is your sponsor? What is it? You Skunk Sickles, you can't get them nowhere because no one will have them around.
Coming soon.
She'd give you $25 for that.
She'd give me $25 just to update people on the situation. Come on. It's been more confusing ones than that over the years.
Just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. Postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Oh, you know who we forgot to cuss on this one?
Who?
Lindsey Graham.
Oh, don't even.
Well,
I can't.
but
Just stop it.
you can't.
It's fine.
You can let him off
He's
the hook.
always going to be around.
He's a terrible, awful human
No,
being.
we don't have to.
But
Let's go out on a high note. Like I want to go get high.
all right, just shut it.